Hey, Lily. Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Did you test the Facebook Live?
No, I figured we were going to be the test. I thought about testing it, and then as the week got closer to here, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, no, we'll be the test. The video is fine. The issue that I had with our feed last week, if anybody heard, it was just me. Like all you could hear was my mic on this end. There was no Zoom audio, so I'm kind of glad that it. But when I did the nice post edit, I don't know if you watched the post edit. Yeah, I thought we did a pretty good job.
Wait, Doug, what were you using to stream to Facebook? Was it OBS?
Yeah, I'm on the open source OBS. Yeah.
Okay, so it needs to be the audio needs to be going through a source.
Yeah.
Program, which
good call, and I've downloaded this other program now called Ladiocast, LADIO, Ladiocast, and that's like an audio manager for managing the audio sources going through your OBS. So
I've never heard of that.
Are you on Mac or your PC?
I'm on, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the deal. So everything Mac is just a bit quirky, but we got it. It's just our stuff's a bit more open sourcey. But yeah, it's just a learning curve, I think. It's just, again, the video I think looked good. I'm trying to share just part of my screen, not my whole screen. And again, you can do two monitors real easily. It's been a bit more of a hassle with the Mac to figure some of that tech stuff, but yeah, apparently it's easier to run at OBS off a dual screen. Do you know this, Sasha?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still using the laptop, so.
I saw you on Discord.
Yes, I am now on the BendingOaks group, which you guys should join if you haven't.
Yeah, as soon as you joined the general lobby, as soon as you joined, I finished doing my math work, and then as soon as you left, I joined.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like class breaks, isn't it? Trying to find each other at the right time. Yeah, we'll get in sync. We'll sync it up.
I'm here now.
Yeah, that's true. How's things been going for everybody? Has everybody had a pretty solid week?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the funniest thing that's happened in your classes so far?
Are any of you in I think it's the last English class of the day where Sydney fell asleep?
No.
I heard about that.
Sydney fell asleep. She was in her bed and on her phone, and so was facing the ceiling, and we just hear her snoring really loud for like 5 minutes. And then we were trying to like wake her up, but it wasn't working. Like we were trying to text her phone so it would go off, but it wasn't working. And then like probably like half an hour later, she woke up and was just like so embarrassed about it. And we were all like, yeah, that's kind of embarrassing.
Happened.
It was pretty funny though.
The difficulties of online school.
And then I said, maybe don't sit in your bed on Zoom. And she was like, that's so smart. And I was like, yeah.
Comfort thing.
It would help.
It's funny that you mentioned that, Lily. I was going to talk about that. Just, tips. It's almost like tips for learning at home. Pardon me. Tips for learning at home. Like I feel like we're not really good at it. So yeah, if you haven't thought about that, maybe get out of bed. That's a really good one. You touched on something there, Lily. Let's get out of bed first. I like that. Yeah, that's a good topic. Yeah. And then, yeah, how else can we go about our day?
By standing up and drinking a cup of coffee while talking to your classmates. Doug.
Yeah, that does help. Standing or whatever you got to do. Yeah, your caffeine. We touched on that last week. Find your beverage. I think I used to, morning shower, like sometimes, if you're like, if you have a hard time getting going, I think sometimes that water in your face is an aggressive way to like get you up.
Not warm water, cold water. It has to be cold water in order for it to work.
That is true.
That was something I learned. We did this video, I think it was a little over a year ago, and like when it was the like, do you take hot or cold showers?
Yeah.
Or like, do you do baths or shower? And I feel like I learned a lot about the people around me that day.
How so?
It's just like that defines people.
Interesting. Your bathing habits.
It's just, I feel like specific people do specific things. And anytime someone would say what they did, it either made a lot of sense or absolutely no sense.
Yeah. I think we even added, do you bathe at night or in the morning too, right? Yeah. Because I figure that, again, kind of shows how you deal with the morning if you kind of crawl out of bed, and just or if you're, again, more,
I mean, I feel like taking a shower in the morning is better for me because one, it gets me out of bed a lot quicker than taking it at night. And two, I look better during the day.
Yeah.
I feel like as a girl, hair is an issue. And I don't want to show up to school with like wet hair for the entire day.
My hair's wet at the moment, but
it doesn't look wet.
No, it doesn't. It actually looks dry.
Yeah.
It's not.
It looks straight. But yeah, it's something I remember doing. I was like, never really thought about that before. I forgot who it was, but someone took like 3 a day.
Oh.
I think that was. I know Ace was talking about. Ace showers.
Yeah, I think that was Ace, but that's just too much. It's like morning, noon, and night. It's like.
How do you fit that in your day? How do you not be in the shower all the time?
Is it actually unhealthy for you? Because
makes the oils in your skin more productive.
Oh, sure. How often do you wash your hair, right? Do you wash it every day or every other day? Or is there, does it change depending on, oil level or?
And it also depends on how long your hair is, depending on how much oil you produce.
Sure.
So that's why I want to get all this cut off.
Yeah, just chop it all off and you'll never have to pay for shampoo ever again.
That is true.
Yeah.
And then there's pause. I like the awkward silences. I think that's good.
Oh, hey, I have a question.
I talk too much. Yeah.
So on an airline, on Emirates, if you go first class or business class, you get to shower for 5 minutes at 30,000 feet in the air. Would you do that, or would you just wait until you get on the ground to do it?
I'd wait on the ground.
Why would you need to shower in the air?
I mean, if you're on a plane for 15 to 17 hours going across the globe, and you're doing business-related stuff when you land, don't you want to look nice at your business conference or something like that?
I mean, I guess, but like,
I'm just asking what that means.
It's a good question.
Why would you? It's unnecessary. Shower on an airplane.
Oh, and also, give or take, the plane ticket is about $15,000 to $30,000 for first class, or about $5,000 to $10,000 for business class, from here all the way to Dubai.
So there's incentive to take the shower. Like you've paid the money. You better. But I feel like I've seen. I feel like I've seen some YouTube video of people doing this, the shower, showing off, that experience. But I like to think of like how it would really be, because you've used an airplane bathroom and that's an experience. Yeah. I mean, you're like, like, my God, how I feel. I shut the door and I'm like, I hope the systems work, like, let's stay in here for the shortest amount of time, like get your plumbing functioning. You're trying to get your body to relax and you're like, no, it's normal. We're 30,000 feet. Relax. Just do.
Why is this room so tight?
Yeah. And I'm going through that process as fast as I possibly can. And again, and then I'm out. So I just imagine the leisurely shower not being that at all, being like it's bumpy and you're like, oh, is that it? Is that the last one? Are we going down now? Should I leave the conditioner in for longer now, or is Should I forgo the normal condition to leave in time?
But here, I'll look at the picture of it.
Would you do it?
No. That's yeah.
Just wait till the landing.
Yeah, it sounds like too chaotic.
I don't picture it being smooth. Do you picture it being smooth?
Well, I'm also picturing like how do you undress to get in the shower?
Okay.
Worst case scenario. Now you're naked on the plane.
Yeah.
It's bouncing.
Like, hey, we're about to crash.
Yeah. Take a relaxing shower. It's gonna feel good. You'll be refreshed when we land. You look good for your meeting.
And you'll never.
Your hair's all disheveled. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is.
Sorry, I had fun with that. That was way too much fun for me.
So this
Thanks,
is
Sasha.
the first class bathroom.
Wow.
On that plane.
All right, there's
That's
a
3
handle.
seats.
That's the shower.
Wow,
The door, sink, mirror, outlet right there.
this is
and
beautiful.
Towels and everything.
This is nicer than my shower.
Yeah, that's like
Okay, maybe we should have showed this picture first and then asked, hey, given the situation in the shower, okay, yeah, because that's a lot nicer than the airplane bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean,
Than your
you
average.
get like really claustrophobic when you're in the shower. It looks so small.
It's a lot bigger than you think it is.
yeah, I have to say it looks kind of like it's reminding me of like Japanese style bathrooms and stuff.
Yeah.
Like because it's such a small place with a lot of people, so they have to make everything super tiny.
Mm-hmm.
It looks small, but it's sort of medium big-ish.
It's enough to
Yeah.
be comfortable, I think.
Does that change your point of view on showering in the air, or?
I just think it's unnecessary.
Yeah, I still agree with it.
Well, I mean, if you paid like $10,000 for a first class airline ticket, I mean.
I'd rather have like a bed for a seat.
And they do have beds. Yeah. They have their own suites in the air.
That's weird. You might as well just rent a plane at that point. Like, just get a private jet. It's easier.
Well, I mean, if it requires like a 737-800 or I forgot what Emirates uses for their planes, those planes are expensive. And why would you rent one of those big ones by yourself to just go 15 hours across the world?
Because you could keep renting it. I don't know. You get to know the people.
To have one of the biggest planes in the world all to yourself.
Yeah. It's fun.
Might as well. If you're going to have a shower in the plane, might as well have it all to yourself. I don't want to share that.
Just walk down the aisles while the plane is in the air.
No, and I know one of the new airlines that has new first class experience, you have a full bed, and you have your own apartment in the air, basically.
That's something that is worth looking into.
Yeah.
That's also, I feel like, unnecessary though, because like I feel like you're not in the air long enough. It would have to be like more than like a day and a half for me to.
There are certain places, like if you're going to like Italy or, India, it is like over a day flight.
That's true.
From here to Sydney, it's about 21 hours.
And that's in a straight line though. That's not with stopping.
And that's not following flight plans and all of that.
That's
yeah.
true. But if if you're on the plane for anything less than a day, it's unnecessary.
I agree with that.
You do not need it.
I'm just thinking if you're having like, I'm about to die, so I'm going on vacation, I would do it.
Oh, yeah, that's different though.
That's my thought process.
But like that's all for the first class, right?
That's first class, and then
Yeah.
and business gets to use that. But they have like mini suites for business, and then Emirates has first class full suites.
Well, for the working class, they're just gonna get rid of the seats. They're gonna make you sit on the floor.
Not gonna be one. Yeah. It's like you get the handlebar on the bus.
Yeah. the people actually have to push the plane to get it work.
You are now the airline hostess. So go serve these people pretzels. It'll be great.
But you don't get paid. That's the thing. No, you have to pay them.
Yeah.
And I have something else.
All right.
Bring it.
Just look at the size of that
on a
bed.
Plane?
This is on a plane.
That's so stupid.
These are your two front doors. No, sorry, that's a mirror. This is your door, that's your TV, and this is the bed.
A mirror next to your face when you're sleeping?
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't want to like wake up and see myself. Ooh. That sounds bad.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, just like waking up, I don't know, for me, a person not used to sleeping next to other people, and waking up and seeing a face staring at you.
What's even worse is like that mirror looks really, really clean. Like I could just walk through it.
Why is
not a mirror?
Like, why is the TV right there? You wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah.
Because across from the bed is a chair.
Oh.
Like a really nice chair that they give you.
But why would you? I mean, I would rather be in a bed and watch a movie.
Yeah. It was basically just like a hotel in the sky.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. Do you guys remember watching Sky High?
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
What? Oh my gosh, that
I've
movie.
never heard of it, I think.
That was one of the best movies of my
It was a
time.
Disney Channel movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the little hamster girl and the vine girl. That was cool. Yeah. What are shows that you think got canceled too soon?
Teen Titans, the original.
Why?
They never really finished the ending. Like I think it was supposed to come out with another season, but something happened in behind the scenes and they just have to cancel it, and then now they just have Teen Titans Go, which isn't really that good. It's for like kids instead of teens.
I watched more movies when I was younger also than TV shows.
Well, are there any sequels to a movie that you thought were happening and then they said no?
Not really, actually. I watched Indiana Jones was a good film series.
They have so many Indiana Jones movies, though.
I'm just saying.
Aren't they making a new Indiana Jones?
They're thinking about it. There was a discussion, I don't know where, but it was with Chris Pratt as the new Indiana Jones.
Oh,
I can see that.
Harrison Ford got super pissed about it and would not let it happen. He was like, no, Indiana Jones dies with me. When I die, Indiana Jones dies. We are the same person. And I was like, wow, all right. I saw this because I was Indiana Jones for Halloween last year, so I got like all the Googling and
you were.
Came up. And I was like, oh man. He's like, I don't hate Chris Pratt or anything, but he's not Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he would be a very different Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I feel like Indiana Jones should just move into the future. We'll wait for Harrison Ford to pass away before we recreate him. Because he'll be mad.
He'll be mad in his grave then.
Yeah, but he can't do anything.
Okay, Harrison Ford was actually a really good actor.
He's
in the
insanely
Star
talented.
Wars films. And I was sad that he died, the second to last of the Star Wars movies.
I thought you meant Harrison Ford. No,
No, I'm talking about his character in the film.
Yeah, that was a fun.
He was actually one of the best characters.
He really was. I think he just didn't want to do it anymore, so they killed him off.
So he's like, okay, I must die in this film.
No, yeah, like there's interviews with him and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I thought it'd be funny if I died.
What?
That's just dark.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about because everyone is like panicking, and he's just like, ha.
Yeah.
Your conspiracy theory, was he actually on the dark side the whole time?
Apparently. What are some other movies that are worth talking about? Or Mulan is coming out today.
Yeah.
Mulan 3? Oh, I forgot about that.
I'm interested to see what the numbers for that are because of the way that they're doing it. I want to see if people actually, because what they did, like they wanted people to subscribe to Disney Plus to see it. And so, but like anyone who's gonna see that movie and pay a lot of money for it because it's kind of expensive,
it's 30.
like already owns Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Like they already have it. So I don't feel like they're gonna get a lot of new subscribers because like I don't know. I just feel like the people who would want to pay that much just wouldn't.
Already on Disney. But the thing is, you have to pay the subscription fee, and then once you do that, then you have to pay an extra $30 just for the movie.
Yeah, nobody's gonna do that.
But the thing is, I think they might. And there's another movie, I can't remember what it's called, but it's coming out in theaters, and it's like the 15-cent tickets because no one wants to die. But I'm interested to see how they do differently because they're not like the same category or anything, but in the sense of like going out to see a movie versus staying in to see a movie, who's going to do what right now. So I want to see those numbers.
Yeah.
Anything to say, Doug?
Yeah, I'm audio issues. I was trying to do. I put this on Facebook for a second, but I just can't get. I can't get my audio here turned off. I can hear you guys really good, but I can't hear. I mean, I can hear too much of this. Like every little mouse click I make is like amplified to the sound that I'm hearing from you. So I'm trying to look. And then I was messing with the mixer, and then I just set it into like destruction mode, and so I went ahead and pulled the feed there. We're close, man. We're close, but it's. I need to dabble. I'll dabble on the weekend.
The movie is Tenet that's coming out.
Oh, I've heard about that movie.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying it's pretty good, but it's coming out only in theaters. And Mulan came out like a month ago in other countries. And then all those countries, like Twitter and stuff, people are saying it's a really good movie. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens. Because like a lot of people weren't like disappointed or like outraged, I guess, and I feel like it's really easy to be outraged nowadays. So I am interested to see what they did.
The thing about all the Disney live action remake ones, I'm just so over it because I just feel like they ran out of ideas and they're just milking it for money. And I would rather watch the original Mulan than see a new one. Like, it's basically, well, I also heard that they changed a bunch of stuff. Like, it's not a musical, and there's not, like, Mushu's not in it, and it's not...
But Mushu's not in it.
Mushu's not in the original Mulan story, so, like, they added Mushu in the 90s movie, but in the original plot, he wasn't a character, and there's a lot of other characters like that.
It's based off a real story.
Yeah.
And so, like, there's no magic dragon there, but, like, also... Yeah. It's a Disney movie, so you're expecting that, like...
I feel like they should have
fun. So, I don't know. I would just rather watch the original.
The thing is with, like, live action, it takes away the appeal. Because, like, whenever you're animating a movie, there's, like, so many things that you can do that's appealing that you can't do in live action. And the fact...
CGI.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but there's no, like... there's like a feel to animation that you can't get with live action. It's hand drawn. It's, you know, and I don't know. I'm not really like too big on live action because it's just
It's just them copying themselves.
yeah,
So.
but you don't have that like impact on kids, especially.
No, I get that because it's sort of like animated movies. You can just do whatever you want, and like the excuse is, oh, it's a cartoon. There's no logic. But then like with CGI in like real world, there's like if you do stuff that's too crazy, it's just gonna look bad, and it's just gonna be like you're breaking the rules, and there's no excuse for that. And
I mean,
it's different.
I kind of want to reference like Marvel as an example for CGI that went pretty well or believable, I guess. Like all the buildings in New York being broken and stuff. None of that happened, obviously, because New York's not going to let them destroy the entire city.
Yeah.
But there's also like what's his name? Doctor Strange. And he does
Yeah, that stuff looks really good. You're right.
That's insane.
Yeah, but that's because like Marvel takes themselves like very seriously. The movie has this like epic factor to it, I guess. But like with animated movies, it's like more comedic. For example, like wasn't there a Lion King remake live action?
Yeah. They went pretty intense on it.
Yeah, but the thing is that the expressions on the lion's face is just meh. Like it's not expressive as the original.
You can't make a human expression on a lion face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unless you animate it and follow it, but that's different.
Yeah. Well, it's like I feel like the animation is kind of dreamlike, and it leaves a bit for you to kind of interpret stuff. And when they bring it into real life, it's like, well, I don't know. You kind of made it not so much a dream anymore. And I don't know if I would have imagined, the lion that way, that smile.
I feel like the worst one was The Jungle Book. Like it was a good movie, but that's in the creativity aspect, that movie should not have been changed.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't sit right with me, but it doesn't. So.
Yeah, no, it belittles it, doesn't it? If it's a classic and you remake a classic, it's like it better really be good if you're going to remake it, and if it doesn't hit, you could. I feel like this, like about music sometimes, like if you have an older song of an older artist, maybe that's passed away, and somebody will redo the song or do a cover, and you're like, well, yeah, if they're great, I love them, but when they're bad, I have disdain for them. I'm like, well, why did you ruin a good song?
Like, oh crap, what's it called? Lana Del Rey did that with a song. Can't remember what it's called though. She did the Maleficent soundtrack, and that was pretty cool. But
oh yeah, she did. You're right.
That song is like
on.
But I'm trying to think of it was the 90s song. Dog.
Was it the Sublime song, the Doing Time?
Yeah.
Doing Time. And the Live and See Seats. There's a whole backstory to that there was a movie. They made a Sublime documentary and the song kind of came along with the movie, but the movie didn't get backing, and it kind of fizzled. The whole project kind of fell, and it was like, well, it's sad because had they timed it right, it would have been really good. It would have been the documentary coming back, bringing the story of Sublime and what had happened and the tragedy of drug use, and then the song was kind of a sad song, kind of showing the sadness, of again the story, because it was a tragedy. But the movie didn't come with it. So it was, I feel like it lost its impact and it was misunderstood because it didn't come with the rest of the message. And I, as a Sublime fan, I'm still confused. I Google, where did the movie go? And it's just kind of like they premiered it somewhere and it didn't get great, whatever interest, I guess, or again, what is that? Interest? Is this interest? Money? And so then it fell flat. So I was like, well, shoot, they should have just pushed it to Netflix or YouTube or something where we could have, maybe as fans, we could have helped, fund it along or something. Yeah. But maybe it will come out. But yeah, completely mistimed because it's gone. The song's gone now. And you're like, well, if the movie ever comes out, it's flat. But no, that was a song that I felt the same way. It was like, well, this is a weird song,
Yeah. Weird
cover. Last week we wrapped up, and I was like, well, go away and think about if it's the social media landscape, and if you were to design an app. Kat, we talked early on. I think you mentioned David Dobrik had an app that was coming or was working on an app.
I don't know if it's out yet, but I'll check. But
he's working on it, and so I was like, well, what would we do? What would you guys do if you were to? What are some of the it's like things that we could make it better, rather than we could look at also what's bad, but what can we do to make, what would our app be, and how would, in this current setup now. Definitely have a shower outlet.
All he has right now,
shower button.
He has the David Disposable app, which is the one that he's had for a while. And then his shop, but he was talking about working on a new one.
Did he have any I don't want to say this is like a niche kind of thing, like this is going to have this feature that's going to stand out, a standout feature, I guess, from others?
I think he mentioned something about wanting to make a social media that wasn't toxic, I guess. And it was something like that. And you couldn't see the likes. You couldn't.
Interesting.
You can share and you can comment and stuff. But I think the only comments that are actually shown on your page are from people who you follow. You can read all the comments, but when people look at the post, it's only the comments. So
makes a lot of sense.
Let's say Kylie Jenner posts something, it's only gonna have Kendall Jenner commented cute, or I don't know, other people she knows. It's not just gonna be spam and hey, follow me, I'm a smart creator, I'm cool too.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Or like this if you like Kylie Jenner. Yeah, so I thought it was an interesting concept, but I don't know if he's still working on it.
Remove some of the trolling thing because you don't see those comments then, because it doesn't really matter so much. Is that kind of we're not friends, so that those comments don't get seen? Is that kind of what you're saying?
I think it's supposed to be a not encouraging bullying, I guess. Because if you go to someone's post and you see a bunch of other people hating on it, you're more likely to comment something.
Yeah, that's fascinating, isn't it? That whole psychology.
So, yeah, that is an interesting thing.
Yeah, throw the guy a life preserver, or help them a little bit. Throw a positive comment.
Yeah.
Well, at least the lighting was good. There must be some aspect that we found okay.
That's true.
Yeah. I like that though. Yeah. What difference does it make what the rando thought?
Yeah.
Or maybe you should have to have watched a few of the videos before you get to comment, I'm okay as a subscriber and I've seen 5 of your videos and now I feel I'm a fan and now I can say, that one's not so good. But yeah. I shouldn't just get to randomly walk in and be like, that's dog shit, and just diss on everything because you gave me this voice again. You asked me what I thought. Did we really ask you what you thought? It said comments and it welcomed those comments.
Yeah.
And maybe David's saying maybe those comments are not quite so welcome.
Yeah.
So based on that, does anybody else want to chime in on their ideas, or do you have anything off the top of your head?
Like, if you could make social media better, what would you change?
I mean, I guess because I don't really use social media like at all, almost.
But what is it that doesn't draw you? Like, what is something
why?
that would draw you to it?
I think it's just like the only ever times that I do look at it is to look at like art or like look at like things that people like work really hard on. And I guess it's just sort of like stressful because it's like, I don't know, I just feel like it's just such like a judgy place, and it's just very hard to just share stuff. Like, people who share art, I think, are just so bold and are just so like, they don't really care what you think, and it's just like, I like that a lot. And so I would like, I don't know, I would just sort of like try and get rid of the people who are just sort of like sharing stuff for the sake of like getting views or getting likes.
Yeah.
Because that just angers me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, make every post have a purpose. So,
Yeah.
that sounds cool.
I get that completely.
Sasha, do you have
I'm going to
anything?
think on that for a second.
Okay. V, is there anything you would change?
There should be a button just to send me money on every single social media app.
Little red button on the screen is the spend, boom, just at that. Like a
Just-
cha-ching, cha-ching.
No one else gets
Yeah,
that feature,
just-
only for me.
It's only for V.
I would say
You can link your PayPal on TikTok.
make it for people that just want, I would say, more than money in a way. You're not doing it just for the money and the popularity. You're doing it for like a cause or something like that.
Yeah.
It's the creativity aspect, and that kind of goes back to what Lily touched on, right? That it's the art form of it, right? That I joked early on about the comments that an art gallery doesn't have the comments, does it? You know, and I think Kat, we may have even done a video comments. Comments are disabled, right? And we called that video that. And should comments be disabled? You have the option when you upload a video to turn that off, and it's. People don't. It's frowned upon if you do, and if you actually go look on YouTube, there's a whole debate about that whole comments. You know they're supposed to be there.
Oh, I have something.
Yeah, please.
So, okay, two things technically. So the algorithm for YouTube is messed up in a way.
Right? It's getting worse.
Someone
How
literally
so?
channel like a week ago, and they already had like a 5 million view video of that's nothing.
Yeah, I don't trust that view. Those view numbers, I don't trust. I don't believe
It's
that's
like,
correct information.
Buy those, or is that just YouTube messing up itself?
Well, it's YouTube showing you what they want you to believe has had 5 million views, because you're likely to click on a video that's had 5 million views rather the video that's had 100 views. I feel like, do you feel like that? I feel like that, because as a conspiracist behind, because I can't understand YouTube's algorithm, that the subscribers is the same. They kind of allocate. Well, you've earned 100,000 subscribers. You get 1 million subscribers. You're now at a 10 million subscriber. It's almost like you're kind of working your way up a business structure. Not so much, not real
Also,
numbers.
thank you for having 10 million viewers. Thank you for staying with us. We're sending you a gold plate with your
right. There's not anything. It's take that from the record industry. It's the same thing. It's 1,000 plays, whatever. It's symbolic, but it's not accurate. And I feel like, again, it gets allocated. Like David Dobrik, you've earned your way up. Finally, we put you in a not so crappy category, and we'll give you this 10 million. And then others that hold. Yeah, again, I feel like those numbers are not accurate. I feel you. You said there's 2 on the algorithm.
Those were the 2 things: the algorithm and numbers.
And the numbers.
I actually have an idea for like a social media feature.
Yeah.
It's just basically like a randomized button to find like a new creator or whatever, because it's so difficult to find small creators, because they just get especially whenever you're searching for things, especially like in Instagram, the way they sort things is actually like best post first, and then you scroll down to like the worst, and it's like, so a lot of small creators don't get the recognition they deserve. So
yeah, getting buried by this. It's
Oh, and I hate
machine.
the fact that YouTube says it's hard to work your way up, but this happened like a week ago with this dude. You didn't even post a video. His first video got like 5 million views. It's like clicked off and he launched.
Yeah, there's something. The YouTube has a thing called the YouTube, or they used to, the YouTube Partner Program, and I haven't really. Yeah. Okay. So, and the cool part was that is in the beginning you could just launch your channel and it'd be part of that. And if a video popped off your channel, you would monetize very quickly. You would be like, okay, this video got got 1 million views, and I got money off that one video, and I didn't have to have a channel that made money, just videos. These occasional spikes, right? And that was the YPP. And now they've kind of changed it. And they kind of said, well, if you have a certain number of views, this was like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, right?
They have like 10,000 followers.
Yeah. And the new one now is just the whole program is if you're not currently hitting those numbers within 30 days, you're going to be removed from the program completely. So basically, they're kind of disposing of the YPP programs. And
I think it's based off of subscribers, your target audience.
Yeah.
Ratio, your likes and comments if you're active.
The darn comment thing again, huh? How much people are hating. I mean, loving.
You put work into your channel, which everyone does, and also you have to have views on your channel.
Yeah,
Total.
sure. A lot of hours too. A lot of hours. Yeah. So making it, I think, harder for small creators. That is just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the Markiplier situation from recently?
No.
Oh,
Yes.
didn't he get like a strike
Yeah,
for
he got a strike.
it so long ago?
So there's this other guy, he posted a video. He's like, the video, it's like SpongeBob and Squidward like beating up a random dude in the middle of the road. It's like security footage or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's seen that video?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
And there's another guy who posted it, and he was like, he got a strike for it, and they said it was because of that little clip. And he tweeted it out and was like, yo, like, this is stupid. And Markiplier retweeted it and was like, I have this same clip on my channel, so what are you going to do, YouTube? Like, are you just going to let this, like, fair is fair? And instead of responding the way everyone thought they would, they gave Markiplier a strike.
Wait, what did he get strikes for exactly?
Posting that video.
So insensitive?
Was there anything involving like copyright issues inside of that
The
video?
try not to laugh challenge. No. Like, that video is everywhere. There's still clips on YouTube of that video. You can still search for that video and find a bunch of videos. Like,
I think it was because it was like violent, but it's just a guy in a SpongeBob costume running in a street.
and then there's other videos that have that same clip though, and they're not getting anything. And if you get 3 strikes, your entire channel gets deleted. So that's why strikes are so like scary for big creators.
Sure.
And so then he made a video and he was like, yo, this is kind of dumb. You guys suck. I think they removed the strike because everyone was mad about it. But the thing that is scary is like smaller creators don't get that chance.
Yeah.
They're not going to have that outrage. It took YouTube like 3 days to respond to that.
But if you're like a small creator, it'll take like a month for them to do it.
If even.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they would have gotten their strikes taken away or their videos put back up. They took the videos down, by the way. So, like, you couldn't find it. And then, it's just, I don't think it would be important in other situations. Like, if no one reacted the way that they did, like on Twitter and whatever, like there was a whole hashtag going, but I don't think it would have.
I would say
changed.
I'd say something that YouTube could really improve on is their moderation aspects on their program.
It's really bad, yeah.
because it's technically a bot that does the moderating mostly, and then the human has to confirm that, and then if it's confirmed, then the punishment will be delivered to the channel.
Yeah, that's the problem with the bots, right? That happens a lot on a lot of the YouTube, Facebook. A lot of the bots are running things, and yeah, they pull down content that should that have not been there or been there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but also the thing is, like, people cannot do that job because there are so many hours of YouTube being uploaded like every minute.
It's like 82 years worth in one day.
Yeah, and like people cannot comb through all of that.
Yeah.
So you need a robot, but it's like
sure.
Like a system that they can develop is in case that someone wants to like appeal that punishment to their channel, they can then submit something to YouTube, and then the moderator will then look at the footage that happened, and then make a decision.
But those responses are also robots, so it usually never works. And another thing, when someone like copyrights a video or you get a copyright strike, someone will claim the money and like all the ads you get off of it. And then when that happens, the person who claims the video can just claim any video, and they're like, I made this, and they stole it. And I think that's super weird that they can just immediately claim a video. And then when the creator is like, hey, that's not true at all. Like, I used maybe 5 seconds of their song or whatever it was. This should not copyright the entire video and take all my money off of it. And YouTube doesn't decide if their appeal was right or wrong. It's the person who made the claim in the first place who says, no, I don't believe you. And I feel like that's a really not smart system to have.
No, that doesn't sound very like, I don't know, it's just a weird thing that YouTube's not involved in like that decision, because you'd think that they would be.
They definitely should be.
Yeah.
All about the money.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big company now, and it's got a stronger voice, right, or a louder voice than it had, and it's funny. I don't think it has grown as well as others. You know, like we've seen Netflix. Netflix has been around in the progression of Netflix and something, but this kind of YouTube is a bit more Wild West. You know, where it started with this, you know, these smaller independent creators, and then you've seen, we saw this in our social media, this kind of invasion of, I'm going to call it an invasion of mainstream media banging over onto YouTube. And like suddenly like NBC's got a channel on YouTube, and they're like, and now their content on their big box is like, well, go watch this over on YouTube. And they're telling everybody. So I feel like the commercialization of YouTube has almost happened, or there's almost a consumption from mainstream media. And YouTube allowed that to happen. YouTube's like, well, come on over, mainstream media, ESPN and Disney, and bring all your clips and but in doing that, it took away he's right. These small creators that are just now stomped on because NBC's got Jimmy Fallon clips that are much better than that.
Yeah.
It's
more people watch this, so we'll recommend these. And then, like when I see like late night TV clips on the trending page, it does frustrate me.
That's not what it's for. This is not platform is not for that. You know, we have a platform for that. That's mainstream media.
They have a platform for that.
They have a platform.
It shouldn't have two.
No, they invaded the app. They didn't have apps, and so they will invade the YouTube app in that space because it's a free space, and they have money. They didn't need the monetization of YouTube. They didn't need the ad space. They're like,
but now they're getting it.
We're NBC. Yeah. Now you've got to suffer through 2 ads to watch an ad, because generally when I watch YouTube, maybe the new iPhone's coming out, I want to learn about it, which is basically an ad for the iPhone, but I've got to watch 2 other ads for other stuff to get to the ad about the iPhone, which they'll probably interrupt through the video a couple of times with other ads. Right?
Sponsors, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's just gotten a little addy in there.
Yeah, and also now all these like big media companies like True TV, NBC, Now they have all their own media apps with clips on it. So I don't know why they're still doing this on YouTube.
Yep. V, I saw you. V, I feel like you just moved back. V just fell back. She's like, I can't even handle this. I'm going back. This is too much. Do you feel some of this though? Do you feel like we're on par with? I mean, this is kind of what's the problem of YouTube?
It's like, it's how do I describe this? This is the word capitalism, where it's like you have like these big businesses, right? And they have so much money, and because of that money, they can do whatever they want. And if that means stomping on small creators, then that means stomping on small creators. They don't care. Like, it's not really much you can do about it unless like you have like a bunch of people rioting, you know?
Yeah. And that's what I was trying to say earlier, is I don't feel like they would have gotten that copyright strike taken away if people weren't outraged by it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
The voice of the people is still very powerful then.
Yeah.
Which is good. Yeah, so the capitalism doesn't win.
Not all the time, but
yeah, it plays a role, right? But we have to keep that in check.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like YouTube TV, especially, it's like, why would you even have like NBC have its own channel on there when it's on YouTube TV? Yeah. Probably.
That's just now more. How can we make money on money? More money. Yeah. That's and it's the hope of people that have been in this, in this space, that is like David. I presume David Dobrik wasn't happy with YouTube for him to start talking about another app. That's the only reason I keep bringing him up, to someone to say that I'm discontent with this landscape. So what else could we do to make it better? And I think that's good. That we can say that this has become a swampy mess and we need to find another pool to go swim in. And I feel like that's a good sign.
The thing that's interesting is there's so many creators who are thinking that, but none of them are willing to switch to a different platform.
Okay.
A risk, and they don't want to lose everything by switching.
Sure.
So this year, YouTube, this month currently is worth $160 billion alone, without Google.
Just YouTube.
Alone.
That's too much money.
Yeah, and it's only going to go up as we continue to digitalize here, right? Much more.
Also, like quarantine, everyone is on the internet.
Yeah. Wow. But you're right. It's finding. I think everybody's open for change to another app, to another platform. But it's the risk of that. What is that other platform? Yeah. And we've all seen so many others come and try and be like, well, that didn't make it. This one didn't make it. Yeah. There's something. There's something about that familiarity of a system that works. You're like, okay, well, this one is working. So, I watched MySpace. We kind of moved off MySpace to Facebook, and it was just you waiting for something better. And when something better does come along, it doesn't take long for people to shift off. So,
exactly.
Yeah, we can. When we saw that from Vine to TikTok, is that what we saw? We saw Vine to YouTube, probably.
Vine got Vine to YouTube, because Vine got deleted.
Yeah.
So then all the Vine creators, like David Dobrik, and then made their money.
So comments, I think we agree that comments are not really a big love of the creative process. Do they have any space at all? I
feel like even when you I'll comment on other people's videos, and my comment will get a hate comment. That's how.
That's rough, man. That's rough. Yeah.
Where do you guys go to get hate comments? What side of the internet?
No, I hate it when people when someone says that someone did something wrong and that they're popular and all that, but all of the fans are like bashing this one person for saying the truth about something.
Oh,
they're getting tongue lashed, and YouTube doesn't even.
Yeah.
It's like, that wasn't real. That's all CGI and all of that. Then someone's like, "You're all CGI. Get out of here."
Yeah, and then the pylon hate.
But there's 2 times, and both of them were GMM comment sections. So, Rhett and Link.
You got hate comments on
I know. Like, it seems like the nicest.
What could you possibly said? Like they eat noisily.
So the first one, I think it was way long ago, but I was pretty young, so it was weird to think about. But they did a video about like, oh, what's it called? Basically, like they did like test tasted like army food that they give people in the military, and it's like really gross and in little packages. And I commented about my dad being in the army and how we watched the video together, and he thought it was really funny, and how like their reactions were accurate, and how, you know, he related to that. And it was nice to see someone turn something somewhat negative into something funny. And I was getting comments like, "Why don't you serve for your country?" Like,
What? How that inside?
and I was like, "Dude, I'm like 12. Chill out."
Wait, but how would that incite a hate comment?
Exactly. You think like, and it got a lot of likes. So it's, and there's other people commenting like, "Yeah, I totally like same. This happened. This is what I was feeling." And
You don't serve for your country, so you can't say that.
yeah, and then there's people who are commenting like, "Oh, you're just annoying. You're just trying to get clout for having a dad in the army." It's like, dude.
What?
Yeah, it's just stupid things. And then there was another one, I think. It was on a binging Babish. He made the, oh crap. It was like a SpongeBob thing, I think. He made some kind of meal. And I was like, this man really took dirt, something, and it was just a bunch of gross stuff, and then made a meal out of it. And a lot of the comments were like, "Oh, you're so annoying. Like, you're just," it's like, why do you even comment that? And they're like, "Ew, this dude, really?" And they're just like, it's an interesting platform, because you can be like, "Oh yeah, I got like 2K likes on a comment. That's really cool." That's like the benefit of, you know, having post notifications on, I guess. And
Ooh, the ups with the downs.
yeah, but then there's like all the comments are like just really mean.
Yeah, risk reward on that. I don't know. It's tough.
And I can't imagine what that's like to actually be the creator yourself and seeing that.
And also getting like ding, 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 constant notifications.
I'm pretty sure they have notifications off if you're that big of a creator.
Yeah, you'd have to, right? You wouldn't want to see that.
People these days, you know, they just, no.
I mean, I think, like, honestly, if I was a creator and there's discourse on my post, I would just like, popcorn, time to read.
Yeah, it's so hard because you want to respond. When you see hate, and you're like, well, I've got a comeback for that. And so you ponder that comeback, and then until you write that comeback, it just keeps running in your head. And you're like, well, but then that's just, you're already lost, right? As soon as you're in that spot, you've lost.
As soon as you post it. And I hate about big creators is that if they say one word wrong, channel can go down instantly.
Sure.
Or like on Twitter, if you misspell something, all the comments are like, "You don't know how to spell, you're stupid. You get off Twitter, go to Instagram. That's where the stupid people are."
So mean.
Like,
so
okay,
mean.
dude.
That's just Twitter, though.
Yeah. Twitter loves cancel culture. I think they started it, to be honest.
Do you feel like that is the go? If you're gonna play in the space, you're gonna get picked on. You're gonna take that up. You're gonna enjoy that post re-like, or it's shared. That dopamine. Is that what you're kind of saying?
It comes with the territory. I feel like you.
Wow.
If you post something, you almost need to expect hate.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, even on Instagram, I'll get captions or comments, and people are like, "This is stupid."
See,
Like,
that's terrible, and that's why I don't use social media.
Yeah.
Sure.
It makes me sad.
Well,
And I don't see, there's not much of a reward for me, I guess. Yeah. And it's just like, it's not worth it for me.
Well, maybe there should be a space, as you say that, a debate space. That this photo is of a beautiful butterfly, and it doesn't deserve any critiquing or commenting, and leave it alone. But this is a video that I'm open to commenting on. I feel like it's a debate question. Do you like blue? Do you like red? Here's my video. I like blue. This is why. And you can make a response video, and we can debate. But that one was open. But maybe not everything should be open. Again, like it's a picture of a sunset. Does it need to be critiqued? I don't know. Just enjoy it. Don't.
Social media, most of the stuff I follow, at least, are like companies like Boeing or like SpaceX and Boom Supersonic, because they're making stuff. There's no possible way to get negative stuff, even though they do.
Sure.
They shouldn't. I don't.
And what did the negatives say? Awful color or bad shape or what?
Yeah, they're like, there's no way that jet that supersonic jet will ever be fuel efficient. It will not actually hurt the atmosphere. I'm like, you don't know that.
Yeah, no.
Also, has any jet ever been fuel efficient?
What, a supersonic jet?
Yeah.
Boom is working on the fuel economy. They're going to have special fuel for their plane.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that.
But like, to be human means to just not be good for the environment. That's just how humans live, especially if you want to be efficient.
Yeah, and then there's like oil companies that are like getting supported for all this drilling and all this like endangerment that they're doing, and they get no negativity. But when someone tries to help out the planet, they get negativity.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Why are you doing this, you softy?" Like, yeah, it's dumb. The whole like troll personality is just, it's bad. There's something about it. It's just not good at all. Like,
well, I feel like if they gave us a voice, the joke on Google Maps too. You go to Google Maps and like pick a place that you like, and the Grand Canyon. It has a review section.
Yeah.
And like the Grand Canyon gets like a 4.6 out of 5, and it's like somebody, and that factors in. So I feel like if we gave people too much of a voice to review things, perhaps, do we really care about that comment, and that trolling for the Grand Canyon thing and rating it, and maybe it is more just what your friends think, and I like that concept where it's only people that are in my circle, because those are the people that I was trying to reach anyway. I feel like this video wasn't for you anyway. Why are you hating on it?
I have something to say. So do we all remember when that guy walked across the Grand Canyon on a tightrope with no safety equipment on?
Yep.
There are people to this day. It was on YouTube. It was on TV. It was everywhere. And there are still people calling it fake.
People call the moon landing fake.
I know. It's like...
It's the debate, right? The debate of anything.
It's like, the earth is flat. It's not round, you people.
Right? Pick it, man. Pick it. Yeah. Someone will take the opposite. That's black. That's white. No, that's up. That's down. That's right. That's wrong. Is that human nature?
partially, but I feel like the internet has made it more of a safer space to just say something that's not true and then play it like it is true. Or like if you have an opinion and you can state it like it's a fact, and anyone who disagrees with you is wrong.
Yeah. I feel like everything welcomed comments. It's suddenly every app and every post and everything was just like comment away. And nobody was just like, nobody thought, again, is this even worthy of a comment, section? But it was like just following suit of all the others who are doing comments. Add to the comment. We should have comments on this.
This might be slightly off topic, but my family was actually just having this big conversation about it because my sister just got back surgery. And she really, really liked her doctor. And her doctor was like, hey, maybe write me a review online because because more people are inclined to write bad reviews than good ones. Because, you don't think about it if you like a product. the first thing isn't, oh, I'm gonna go write a good review. It's what it is. If you hate it, your first thought is like,
I don't want anyone else to have this.
yeah. And so like a lot of things that are getting reviewed are like just misheard because it's like people don't ever write good reviews. And so like, I don't know. We were talking about like whether or not you can trust a review or like the like average, because it's like people are more inclined to be negative about it.
Yeah. It depends on what product I get for me, really. So if it's like a really nice, like let's say the new 12 comes out and I spend like almost $2,000 on a phone, I'm going to review it because it's either $2,000 I wasted or I didn't waste. But if I'm like buying like pens, it's like,
nobody's gonna write a good review about a pen.
No, only the ones that broke, right?
Yeah.
You know how many reviews pens get?
Oh, I can only no.
That now, like go to like Staples and see the comment section.
Yeah.
Go to Staples and see the comments section.
I'm gonna do that right now.
And I went in the store or on the online.
The online.
I want to go to the in-store and see the comments in the store written out.
There's literally
in front of the pens.
more reviews almost on pens than there are on iPhones.
That makes sense. Everybody's got an opinion. And the weird comments of stuff too that breaks in shipping and you're angry about the product being broken in shipping and it's the product's fault, gets a 1 star. This iPhone 12 would have been awesome if it wasn't broken by the UPS guy. one star. It's nothing to do.
Doug, they're like, okay, I'm giving this a 1 star all because it doesn't have a headphone jack.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. How many? Okay, we got 14. We got this guy's got 1,064
this
reviews.
This one's got 8, but it's the most popular. So I'm interested. Where are the
4.5 stars?
Reviews, Q&A.
Who reviewed a pen?
Someone took the time.
I want to see these.
The fact that it helps other
express oil change service. How?
These pens. I love this. And did you find this review helpful or not? And the flag is inappropriate. Like no one's ever seen this review before.
Yeah.
We didn't even look at it. We just put it up there. I don't even know. Let us know if it's bad.
I like this one. Gloppy, if that's a word.
If that's the word. Well, you made it.
Yeah.
Now you have proven the comments are fun.
They can be nice.
Now I'm leaning towards. I'm sorry. That just the stars. You're right. The stars look so good now at 4.5.
Yeah, that one is like a very basic.
Heck, but look at that. Over 1,000 views.
I want to look at the bad one. Ink is very light. I do a lot of word seek puzzles and constantly use
This is
pen.
just a great time. We should do this all week long.
One pen lasts for 2 or 3 puzzles only. That is a good.
Well, how big are these puzzles?
Exactly.
No, but I honestly love the one below not good. It doesn't even have a title.
Yeah. Thought this pen was easy to write. Not impressed. Will not buy again.
So there's a guy that has to make the review comment section, and that guy needs to be reviewed. How is this comment section? And we should review the comment section. Your comment section is not very good. The way you organized your stars is not good.
Not good. We can't scroll back up.
Yeah, somebody writes these
This
comments.
is bad color.
This one it says bad. Too many do not write, as if there is no ink. And then was this review helpful? One person said no.
No.
So that's nice.
And it's still here.
Yeah.
How many people does it take to pull it down?
2-year-old review. And then
Bad
color.
This one just says pen.
This is helpful. Yes, no. Yes. We're split on that.
One person said yes. One person said no.
Flag it.
Big.
Big?
Yeah, what can you say? Yeah, so they're verified buyers too.
Yeah.
Wait, Big? Wait, why is that one titled Big?
I think that's the brand.
The company.
Yeah.
Not good.
VR not
good.
Also, how does ink break?
Ink break.
I think they mean like it dries out or something.
Yeah.
Awful. That's a big word.
Right.
That's so interesting to think about.
If we took away the comments, the fun would be gone.
Oh, and also, I also feel like companies would, especially like small businesses, it would actually make more profit if we cannot review their products because
More
There's
people.
so many bad ones.
Trial and error. I don't know, guys. It's up to you. You
Here,
come by and see what you
what's a
think.
small business that you guys like? What's a place that you guys like?
Amazon has like crazy
Amazon is not a
comments.
small business; they're a big business.
Oh, Amazon has
Like
crazy
a
comments.
physical shop, like a place that people own.
Okay.
Friend of mine owns an ice cream shop,
What's it called?
Sweet Firefly.
All right. I feel like I've heard of that actually.
Yeah, it's real good. I often get free ice cream from there. We're friends with the owner. Yep.
It's like, Lily, you're sad
Look at
today.
that,
Here's some
there it
ice
is.
cream.
That's happened before. Also, she, the lady, I'm friends with her son, so like we're tight. But she's like always tries to make her own flavors, and then she's like, "Hey, try this weird ice cream that I just made, and then maybe if you like it, we'll put it in the store."
That's
No
such
cash? What?
such a cool thing.
No cash. What is this Orwellian? I will not support any business pushing a cashless society where our government controls everything we buy. Do you want to live in the world where you're able to buy groceries can be turned off by any corporation or government? This is exactly what cashless society will be. China is already doing this right now with their social credit score. This is not a joke.
Plus, you're what?
Oh man,
Why would they post a picture of a sunset?
that's beautiful.
That has nothing to do with ice cream.
Wait.
Striving to get the ice cream.
Yeah, there was also something
Oh,
else.
and they responded.
That
But what?
Yeah,
that's like a
Mr.
boomer.
Cost terminal
Yeah.
yeah, tough
cards
stuff.
where tough are just as dirty as cash.
Yeah, the POS, like
cards we
the
touch-
machine.
Oh, the cards we touch.
Yeah, the
are
credit
just
card
as
machine.
dirty as Cash.
Yeah, I don't know. Tough stuff. That's such a frustration. It doesn't really have anything to do with ice cream,
No, it doesn't.
right? That's what's. So, Lily, what was the best? Have you had a flavor that didn't make it? That was like you were like, oh, this is kind of gross.
They didn't even say anything. They just one star.
Yeah, I was like, we were really close. I used to hang out there like every week. Around the time Pokemon Go was really big.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
She was trying to make Pokemon flavors.
Oh,
And there was
wow.
like a Charmander flavor that was really good. It was like mango, I think. It's a
Wow.
long time ago.
Online ordering only.
That would be good.
I had to wait 22 minutes for a scoop of ice cream. What did they order it, but then immediately go to the store to pick it up?
Yeah, I feel like that's a different situation.
Yeah.
Because
Sean,
curbside pickup on the website, they said they will have order ready for you and bring it out when you call. I called. They said they would be right out, and no one came to me for over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And the
And
fact that
they
the
probably wrote that
owner-
review while they're in their car. Sorry.
Yeah, like the fact that the owner is responding to all of these is so sad to me. Translated by Google.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's helpful.
That's so 3-star. Ice cream was good. Why? Why would you give it 3 stars then?
I mean, 3 stars is like average. It's like, meh.
Yeah. All right, and then the best ones are all probably great. Yeah, it's like all of them are the nice ones.
I don't want to. It's funny. The local guides, the experts, the people
Yeah.
that review things. I that in itself must be a conversation. You know,
Okay,
like, do you are you a foodie? Like, how do you become a local guide? I guess
I would not want to
maybe we should talk about this next week.
So
I would
I
not
don't
want to
know.
turn into one of them.
I'm a local guide on Google.
You are. So you have a very
Yeah.
powerful voice. They kind of say, "Well, Kat knows. If Kat says the ice cream's 3 stars."
I've probably reviewed like 5 places total. So I don't know what that considers.
Five, now you're a local 5 places. It gives you gives you that status.
Isn't there like these like secret agents people that they go in and they review food, but like nobody knows who they are, and
Really?
whenever they're something like that, whenever their identity is like suspected that like, oh yeah, that guy's a critic or something, they have to move states if their identity, and it's only like food critics or stuff like that. It's not like a secret service.
Okay, all right, sure, that makes sense.
Like that's a thing. That's a real thing.
Someone's gig. I'm the underground eater. I go places and review things. No, I get like, somebody has to have some weight, I guess, other than just the consensus of the Google.
Like, hey, don't I know you from the newspaper? No.
It's not me. It's not me. I'm gonna go eat this outside.
You saw nothing. Ruined my life.
I want to talk one last about the review that I noticed that the YouTube, it is kind of silly I like the 5-star because we went over the 5-star thing just then, but the YouTube on a video, it's an up and a down. And if you notice that it's almost just a split. And if you look, it's like everybody that likes the producer or the creator was like, oh, well, thumbs up for you. And then generally there's smaller percentage of the thumbs, unless it's that video, right? There's that one that the creators made that didn't quite fit. And that's the one that's disproportional, right? So this is just consensus, just kind of agreeing. But I find that's odd that it's just a thumb, and it hasn't moved to a rating of a 5-star or something, because everything else in Google's landscape is.
Oh, and also on Amazon, rating products from a person, saying that the product is bad. Technically, the product's not bad. It's just in the condition that you received it was bad, not the product
exactly.
itself.
That should be removed. That should be a separate question.
Not the Amazon's fault, or the people who shipped it.
Yeah. So are you more likely to go watch, and you talked about the iPhone 12, are you going to go watch a review from someone that you trust, and then you'll base your decision on their trust rather than the Amazon rando review or the consensus review? Yeah.
I would definitely rather watch like a YouTube video of people explaining why they feel the way they do versus just one person being like, 1 star, meh.
Yeah.
What about was it Marquez Brown? Is that?
Yeah, Marcus Brown.
Thank you. Isn't he like the tech? There's like a couple that are like.
Then there's also
high up on the Apple
tech. Yes. He does a lot of Google and
There's iJustine.
iJustine goes way back, man, way back. So do you value their opinions more? Like if iJustine comes out and says this is a banger, go buy it.
She is biased towards Apple products.
Sure,
though,
she is. So maybe she got I in front of her name.
Yeah, it's literally because she's an Apple person.
But she knows Apple, so yeah.
Okay, from my point of view, and from what I've seen about Google products, and especially their new Pixel book, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Just not worth it. $1,000 for a slap piece with the Google logo on it. A cord that can't even play a YouTube video in 1080p for longer than 2 seconds without freezing.
Wow.
So, because it doesn't have a fast enough processor or a core to do it.
Sounds kind of dumb. But I feel like that's most brands nowadays. And I think it's interesting because there's not like a small brand for phones. There's never like a mom and pop shop cell phone.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of interesting. Is like you have to buy it from a big company like Samsung or Google or also
Apple. Like your phone company, because they're certified to sell these products too.
True.
Like AT&T and Verizon. Like if you sign up with them, you get 4 new phones for like $60 a month, and then they just give you the phones at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of choice, really, when you think about where we are with the technology. You'd think there would be other phone makers that had different features, but it really...
I feel like it's not considered a monopoly, but it's very close.
I mean, you say that it's not, but I feel Samsung gave up or lost the race like several years back when it was 7, when the one that blew up.
Yep,
it'll be the one that blew up. It'll always be the one that blew up, and that's the moment I feel like they lost it. They lost market share, but they lost. I feel like Apple has that status thing that it's like that Apple brand carries that weight like
also HTC is no longer a thing.
No.
Neither is
The Windows Phone.
Yeah.
what's it called?
Yeah, Microsoft.
Sprint and AT&T combined, or Sprint and T-Mobile, I think. So Sprint is being eaten up by T-Mobile.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah. Because Sprint used to be bigger than it is now.
Oh, for sure.
And it's sort of like as soon as AT&T and T-Mobile came in, it's sort of like they sucked Sprint out of the game.
Yeah.
Now they've literally done that.
Yeah.
But I feel like cell phone companies are definitely a monopoly.
We should probably talk about that in general because I think we're going to wrap up. We only just got to take 2 minutes until this is over. But think about like through your week, like what other companies that you're using throughout the day that you could classify as a monopoly. Like if there's only one of this, there's no other choice. There may be a secondary choice, which is really not very good. Yeah. And if this went away tomorrow, where would I be?
Yeah.
Without it, what would my function level be? And there's quite a few, and to me it's kind of scary that we got to that because I feel like we were a society of choice, and we are getting, I feel, less and less of that.
Also, internet companies like AT&T, and
I mean, there's like 4 or 5, and they're all region based, so they talk to each other, and they're like, okay, I'll take this area, you take that area, so it's technically a monopoly. And they'll like buy land off each other. So you can only buy certain cell phone brands in certain areas. So when companies are like, oh, we're having a deal, it's like you have to travel 20 miles just to be able to use it. And then once you get back to wherever you live, it's not like the internet's bad because they don't work in that area. So I think it's very interesting. But, yeah.
I was gonna say something else. I forgot it.
Okay, the cable companies did that when they deregulated cable. They just split it up and took different regions, and it looked like you had choice, but you couldn't get that cable in your area, and that's the exact. So to the federal government, it looks like it's not a monopoly because there's 5 cable companies, but they're regional. Yeah. So it's a kind of a trick system, and that's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, enjoy. We've got a 3-day weekend, right? We got the holidays.
We do?
Yeah, it's 3-day weekend.
We don't have school Monday.
No school Monday.
What's the holiday?
Labor Day.
Yeah, the back end of summer, right?
Well,
yeah.
Well, my parents aren't off, but
to some secret location that you know of, but you can't remember, but it's still kind of secret. It's probably best. You don't want to know, do you?
That my mom's going to do charts on the plane. Like she's going to pay Southwest for the $5 for the Wi-Fi, and she's going to do charts.
Don't take a big pen because they have a tendency to run out of ink.
Yeah. You're notoriously bad.
All right. Y'all are awesome.